The corpse of an 18-year-old girl was dug up by grave robbers. She was wearing luxurious clothes and was also adorned with expensive jewelry. Clearly, she had been a wealthy person during her lifetime. Just as the two grave robbers thought they would get rich this time, the cemetery caretaker suddenly discovered them. Jack threatened the two with a gun to hand over the stolen treasure. However, strangely enough, Jack only drove them away and didn't choose to call the police. Seeing the two leave, he also revealed his true colors. It turned out, Jack didn't let the grave robbers go out of kindness, but to keep all the treasure for himself. He then skillfully pulled out a gold tooth from the deceased's mouth. It turned out Jack was a grave robber who stole from his own workplace. Due to his gambling addiction, he had already accumulated massive gambling debts. But the gold tooth Jack had just stolen was nowhere near enough to repay his debts. The creditor threatened him that if he didn't repay the money within 7 days, they would put him in a coffin and bury him alive. Just as Jack didn't know what to do, things suddenly took a turn. A rich man who had passed away was arranged to be buried in Jack's cemetery. He discovered that the rich man not only had a gold tooth, but was also buried with a sword bestowed by the king. Jack was instantly overjoyed. After the rich man was buried that night, he couldn't wait to pry open the coffin. However, the scene before him terrified Jack. The corpse was suddenly being dragged into a hole by rats, but thinking that if he couldn't repay the money, he would be buried alive by the creditor. He decided to take the risk. Jack immediately crawled into the hole to retrieve the burial items, but he discovered the paths inside the hole were intricate and complex. Jack nearly fell into a deep pit. Before he could react, thousands of rats suddenly charged at him. Jack wanted to shoot to drive them away, but he accidentally shot his own foot. Piercing pain instantly swept through his entire body. One of the rats seemed to be mocking him. Seeing this, Jack immediately seized the opportunity and successfully hit it. But just as he continued searching for the corpse, Jack suddenly discovered a giant rat. It seemed to have been awakened by the earlier noise. He hurriedly held his breath. However, just as Jack looked back again, the giant rat suddenly appeared beside him. At this critical moment, Jack immediately pulled the trigger, but he was also scratched on the arm by the rat. During his escape, Jack accidentally fell into an even deeper hole. Fortunately, the rat didn't follow. He saw human skeletons all around. At first, Jack was very scared, but he soon discovered that the burial items stolen by the rats were all here, including the rich man's sword. Jack, seeing hope, was extremely happy. Just as he was about to leave this place, he suddenly discovered a skeleton wearing a ruby necklace. The greedy Jack naturally didn't want to miss this opportunity. However, just as he was about to remove the necklace, an accident occurred.